It says that there's, where are you? Are you
Where
in
am
the
I?
ocean? Are you swimming today?
Yeah, I'm on a surfboard. I've got a battery hooked up to the thing. I've got to be careful about dangling my foot into the
Yeah,
water.
don't do that. There are sharks.
Recently had a tourist get their foot bit, so
Are
I'm
you
keeping.
serious? Right near
Yeah,
you?
I don't recall. I think that might have been over Honolulu way.
Ah, okay. Well,
Yeah.
still be careful. I don't, we need you whole legged or something.
So we've
Hey,
both been places where you've been.
I've been in Tuscany and in Italy, just greater Italy for 5 weeks. It was fantastic. We had two
Neat.
workshops, 8-day workshop groups, and then Kathy and I spent some time in the Tuscany region, and then we went to Venice, and then went to Cinque Terre, and then we slept, a lot in between because these groups are tough, demanding, tough. No, we had two really good groups, and but it was, it's first time, Cole, in about 15 years that Kathy and I had some downtime just to ourselves,
Nice.
which was really. How about you? You're where right
Well, I
now?
want to ask
Oh,
something because I had seen a food show, and this
you
guy
thought
was
about
just
me?
walking the streets of Italy and just eating food from the streets, and he was just raving about it. What did you get to eat any street food?
No, but I ate a
No.
lot of pasta,
Yeah,
as you would expect, right? And
I don't
I don't know
know.
what it is, but the pasta in Italy and especially Tuscany, it's like you can go to the like one of your taco places. You like the hole in the wall dive taco places, Mexican places. Same thing that you can just go to anybody's, and the
Hmm,
pasta is ridiculously good. The
really?
wild
Huh.
boar sauce is great. Just the tomato sauce is great. The cheeses are all good. We stay right near Pienza, and that's the capital of, or that seems to be where Pecorino cheese comes from. So you can get Pecorino cheese and everything. But we had great food, but not street food. I didn't do that. Maybe I wasn't in the right street.
Well, I can tell that you ate well, put on a lot of weight.
Actually, I lost 3 or 4 pounds.
Yeah, you're
We
looking
There's
pretty
three
heavy
of us
there.
who decided that gelato, pizza, and pasta every day is a health food diet.
Low calorie.
Well, your hair is blowing in the wind today. Where are you?
I'm on a paddle board
Oh,
out
you're
in the
not.
bay. Hold on, a wave was coming. Surfing. I'm on Maui doing a little
Wowie.
daytime.
Good for you.
Yeah,
How long are you going to be there? Like
three
forever, I hope, or what?
3 weeks.
3 weeks. Wow, that's a good long trip. Good for you.
Yeah.
Just you and Diane?
Yep, just me and Diane. Then we're home for a week, and then we're off to Florida. Then we're home for a little bit. Then we're, I think, off to, I can't recall where we're off
Hey,
to.
I've got a new song I wrote for you, a little ditty about Jack and no, about Cole and Diane.
Is that kind of like that
Oh, never mind.
Mellencamp,
It's already been done.
Mellencamp song?
It's already been done. Never mind. So it's
Ah,
been a while. It's been 6 weeks or so since we've
that's it.
seen each other and chit chatted. And hey, I thought I'd keep growing. People kept on saying, "What are you doing?" And I said, "I'm waiting for the
Trying to be like
show."
me.
Yeah, I wait for the next show. I thought I was going to catch it. Now I can shave, thank goodness, because my wife hates this, and quite
Oh,
honestly,
my wife, that was her Valentine's gift. She hated it. So for Valentine's Day, or not Mother's Day, yes.
that's a good Mother's Day gift. Boy, this is a great show, all about photography today. I'm
Yeah, all
pretty
about
pleased with it.
photography. We've
Yeah,
burned about 5 minutes. Now we
five
can just
minutes already.
wrap
Just
up. Well,
I think probably anybody who was watching is no longer watching.
no. What's our count? What's our count? Are we
Oh, we're
up?
up to 518 or so, I think.
Whoa,
Yeah,
18.
518. And after this show,
Breaking all
we'll be
records.
lucky to be above 500. Hey,
Okay,
you know
well,
what?
what are we talking about?
Well, we talked about we don't want to talk in the past. We have said we don't want to talk about gear, but at the same time, yeah, let's talk about gear for a minute. I mean, so
Let's talk
yeah,
about not talking about gear.
what's the danger for in your mind, Cole, of focusing on gear? I mean, there are people out there who, man, the new Nikon Z8 change the world. This
Yeah.
camera, I mean, Olympus has got some incredible features built in. You know, they got HDR built in, they've got stitching, they got doubling the pixel size, and you get this huge file. And it's, you know, I like all of it. It's a lot of fun and the technology's fun, but is there a danger in focusing too much on equipment, I wonder? And I think I know what you're going to say, because I think we have similar feelings on it. As much as, you know, gear is fun and new technology is fun, you know, is there a danger, do you think, in focusing on it?
Well, I think it's a distraction if it's your God. You know, for me, I say the image is my God, and the equipment is plays a supporting role. Yeah, but you know, I was there. I was a gearhead. I didn't think I had creative ability. I tried to excel in the technical, and part of that was getting the best camera, the best lens, prime lenses, optimal apertures, all the new toys, and but it kind of distracts us from what we really should be doing and finding vision and expressing ourselves through our images. So I
Yeah.
think that I was a gear person. I was like that. I get it. And I think for me, it was just the root cause was I didn't think I was creative. So I was going to excel in the technical.
You know, it's interesting. I actually had people recently, photographers even, ask me, you know, what camera gear are you using? And I
Yeah.
always find that an interesting
Yes.
question,
Yes. Because what
especially,
are the implications?
yeah, and it's typically after I've been showing images, right? It's like, it's not just out of the blue. It's like, oh, wow. Oh, man, that's really great photography. What camera gear are you using? You know, and I find that to be an interesting question. What's your reaction?
Well, I had I forget who, a magazine approached me for some images to publish some images. And I sent the accompanying text, and they said, well, you need to have the specs for that shot. What camera, what lens, shutter speed, ISO, etc. And I told them I didn't do that. And they told me they wouldn't publish the images without that information. And I found that to be hilarious. Um,
I
because,
mean,
well,
what value is there in
you
that?
know, I can see somebody writing down, you know, okay, F8, ISO 100. No, okay.
So if I show up in that same location and I do f8 ISO 100 at 35.1 millimeters focal length, I'm going to get that shot.
My mind still goes back to that event we had on the dunes where somebody was trying to get all of the successive dunes with a very long lens, all the
Yes.
successive dunes sharp. And she just couldn't get it. And she's looking at mine. She goes, how did you do that? And I go, well, I'm at F32. And she goes, oh. I go, what are you at? And she goes, F8. I go, oh, no, you got to stop down to be able to get that depth of field. And she goes, oh, no, this is the optimal sharpness aperture. And that was more important than getting the shot, apparently. And it's just a craziness. The equipment supports the vision.
Yeah.
And
That's the key takeaway in my mind, Cole, right? Is the equipment supports the vision. I'm trying to think, have I ever had the newest generation camera? Yes, once. Right now, I am photographing with Fuji gear, and it's 3 and 4 generations old. I mean, I have an XT3. There's been an XT4. There's been now an XT5, and now there's these XH series. You know, will I eventually have one? I suppose, but it's not. The only reason that I would get new gear, and maybe this is good to add to this dialogue, is because there's a feature, and there is a feature finally in the XH series where I will be able to get a higher burst rate for a longer amount of time. So when we're photographing, for instance, running horses in the snow, I would buffer out after about 3 seconds of shooting, right? 30, 40, 50 images. And I'd be done, and I'd have to wait. So I'd miss opportunities while everybody else is, you know, not buffering out. So the new H series from Fuji, at least, I can not buffer out at all. So that to me, that's a reason
you had a need.
to maybe consider some new gear to give me something that I couldn't have. But as far as image quality and all those things, there hasn't been really any major advancement that has caused me to want to run out and buy a new camera.
Oh, I'm sure you're going to get comments on that one.
Oh, did I just put my foot right in it or so?
Well, I
But
don't know. Some people think that every generation had something really important. And, you know, it's the creative element that's important in an image, not that it's a little bit sharper or whatever. I
and
mean,
And then
That's
people talk
wonderful.
about more megapixels, right? I'm going to buy a new camera gear because it's got more megapixels. And while that resolution is nice, again, it begs the question, is it going to make your photographs better?
Yeah. What
Uh,
makes an image better?
yeah, that's a good discussion for another time. But okay, that's enough about gear for today. It's good to see you again, buddy.
Well, I wished I could say, oh, yeah, it's great to see you too, John.
Hey, let's talk again real soon, Cole.
Real soon.
Okay, we'll do that. All
You're gonna
right.
change shirts? I'm gonna change
I'm
shirts.
not going to change my shirt.
Okay, goodbye all.